Brothers and sisters, put your hands together for Apocalypse.
Peace. Here we go. Another day from the depths of Apocalypse. Dogs of God's Entertainment. With a quick word of reflection. You know, my thoughts this morning was, my mind was turning and I got to thinking about the different things that we have embarked upon. And, a thought came to mind about when I used to run track. I used to run long distance, so I ran cross country as well. That was only like 2.5 miles, but that's, a little different from running a sprint, 100-yard dash or 440 or something like that, 220. But look, now I also used to run the half mile, which is 2 times around the track. Now, with the 100-yard dash, the 220, and the quarter, the 440 one time around the track, they assign lanes, so you have to stay in your lane, But with the half mile, 2 times around the track, they don't assign the lane. Everybody's bunched up at the starting point, and you got to find your place. You got to work your strategy out in your mind, and determine how you're gonna run this race soon as the gun go off. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, from that first curve is going to determine whether or not you're going to make it through that race. Some people get knocked down right there on the first curve because everybody has in mind how they're going to position themselves, to run this race. Because if you way out in the far lane, then your distance is really further than a half mile. You got to tighten up in, get into that first lane somewhere, or to fix your position as you strategize how you're going to run this race. But the most important thing or point that I want to make this morning on that is most coaches will train you and make you to understand that, when you see the finish line, what I'm saying, you running to the finish line. You don't approach the finish line and slow down. You're trained to run and dash through that finish line. Because you ever heard of a photo finish where it's so close, where two runners are so close crossing the finish line that they have to look at the photo to see who actually crossed the finish line first? Yeah, see, so you never want to, just because you see the finish line or you're approaching the finish line, don't slow down. Man, if you can, speed up. I know by the time you get around that last curve, that monkey be on your back. That's that's track terminology. Everybody who ran track know about that monkey that get on your back when you try to make it through the finish line, right? And so that's the point that we are making to ourselves, because we got a lot of irons in the fire. We got a lot of things going on, right? And which is necessary, especially, I was talking to a brother yesterday, especially for somebody who have come through the world of addiction, right? Man, it's necessary to do a whole lot of different things, you know what I'm saying, or as much as you can to prevent being idle, you know what I mean? Got to keep the mind working, got to keep the mind going. So if you start something, this is the point, this is the word of the day. If you start something, fix the mind to finish it. You know what I mean? Finish it. And sometimes it's good to set a date to finish. You know what I mean? And, you know, look at it the way you need to look at it, understanding that certain things may take place that take you off course for a minute here or there, or whatever the case. You know, life will get in the way. Sometimes life will get in the way. You know what I mean? At the same time, considering all of that, you know, still set a good enough mark ahead to say, you know, by this time, you know, I'll have this much done, or by this date, I'm gonna be finished. You know what I mean? And then, you know, start walking it down. Just walk it down, you know, and then, you know, when you see the finish line, when you see the thing about to materialize, man, don't slow down. Man, speed up. Run through that, man. Dash through that finish line, man, so that you can win, so that you can run the race successfully, man. You know, with the mind to win the race. You know, we say fight to win. If you're gonna fight to win. You know what I mean? Bob and weave, stick and move, plant and swing, use the whole ring, fight to win. You know what I mean? And so that's my word today for me. You know, I just a sister locally, her daughter picked up the bass and is really, you know, really has the desire to learn how to play. And I've always wanted to do like a basic technique training, you know, not to teach music. You know, you can learn music on your own, but to teach a basic technique training so that it can familiarize the person, the beginner. It's mainly for beginners, to get you comfortable enough to where you can pick your bass up and get in the groove. You know what I mean? Everybody who wants to play, I mean, the bottom line is you want to be able to get in the groove, man. You want to be able to hear a beat and you want to be able to jam to it, right? And so that's basically what we have embarked upon. We're going to do some videos. We're going to get our sound the way it needs to be. We're going to get our camera the way it needs to be, and we're going to get our lessons the way they need to be, and we're going to do some basic technique training, Mike Money based technique training videos for the person who never touched the bass, who wants to pick it up and get started, you know, on getting in the groove. So look for that. You know, we have the book as well, Walking the Road to Recovery, 9 Steps in Motion. We're working on an online course for that, but we have the audio book, the paperback, and the ebook available. Go to www.9stepsinmotion.com and you can navigate through the website and get that. So it's a lot of stuff we got going on because it's necessary. You know what I mean? We cannot stay idle or be idle. You know what I'm saying? So that's our word today from the Deaths of Apocalypse. And if you're in Chicago, come on through the foodie spot today, 7350 South Stony Island Avenue. All right? Enjoy your day. Peace.